4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Hey, so when I was about 9 or 10, there was a comic book I would read every single week without fail. My grandparents bought it for me, and I have fond memories, even today, of sitting in front of their fire and just reading it, loving every minute of it, and just going through every single page. It wasn't Batman, it wasn't Superman, not Spider-Man, it wasn't even Captain Britain. Nope, it was the Beano. The Beano was a joy to behold. This was the definition of my childhood, and obviously the best character in the Beano was Dennis the Menace. As a slightly rebellious, although very, very nerdy child, the Dennis the Menace spoke to my inner rebel, that part of me that just wanted to shout and scream all the time and say, "Oh, I can't handle this." Loved it. Absolutely loved it. And it was a definition of my childhood. And you know what? Dennis the Menace is such an amazing character. Back in 1951, when this character was created, Dennis the Menace is the ultimate bad boy. He is a 10, 11-year-old rebel. He tears up the school. He terrorizes the neighborhood. He is a rebel. He is so anti-establishment, it is crazy. This was in 1951. Dennis was the prototype punk. He was one of the first proper punks before punk was invented. Loved him. So 1980s, come along. I'm 9, 10 years old towards the end of the 1980s. I'm reading Dennis, proper bad boy. And now, skip forward years, and I'm in my 30s. I've got a 10-year-old son. He has read a little bit of the Beano, but it's not the same as it used to be, because we didn't have the joy of just reading something on our phone or watching YouTube back then. We had no choice but to pick up these comic books and read through it, or watch TV, and there was only 3 or 4 channels, so it was a comic book or TV. So skip forward. I've got a 10-year-old son now who's about the age that I was when I was reading the Beano, and about the age that Dennis sort of is-esque. Turns out 2015 this happened, and I have no idea, so I must have been living under a rock, that Dennis the Menace of today is actually the son of Dennis the Menace from when I was 10. Literally blown my mind. Crazy. Nuts. How? Let's have a look through a modern version of the Beano. Let's go to me outside. Hello, Ryan. Where's the Beano? The latest issue of the Beano, which I've got here, the issue of Dennis and Nasher. It's now called Dennis and Nasher because it features his dog in every issue, even though for some reason Nasher gets his own strip later on in the book. The latest issue is all about the World Cup. It's the second part of their World Cup Wonder Series, where Dennis is playing in a tournament and FIFA features. Got a lot more topical, and from what I can read, Dennis is changed man. He's no longer the antisocial hooligan tearaway of my era. He is more like the American Dennis the Menace. See, the American and the British Dennis the Menace both were created on exactly the same day. They were officially created on the 12th of March 1951, and there was no plagiarism. They were both invented at the same time, but the two Dennises couldn't be more different. See, the original Dennis the Menace in America was a blonde-haired, mischievous preteen who wasn't outright naughty, just got caught up in things because he was so adventurous. Whereas our Dennis, the British Dennis that I grew up with, was genuinely twisted. He was a total anti-society, anti-establishment tearaway. He was a proto-punk in the 1950s. Today, he's more like the American one. He is a misunderstood teenager who likes to get involved in everything and likes to have adventures, and somehow gets caught up in the wrong way and in the wrong place and the wrong time. Not sure which one I prefer, but I think the modern one is more suitable for the modern era. And weirdly, Dennis's new dad, or Dennis, as I knew him when I was his age, is the more like the dad I am to my children. Okay, so we're back. Dennis the Menace. His dad is called Dennis Menace. His son is called Dennis Menace. I remember when I was a kid, Dennis Menace's dad was a bald bloke with a moustache. It's slightly Hitler-esque moustache, but let's not talk about that. He was a grumpy guy that liked to sleep and wasn't the most effective dad in the world. Today, Dennis Menace is a 40-year-old bloke with spiky Gok 1-esque style hair. He wears quite cool open shirts, and is quite grumpy, fairly lazy, and not the most effective dad in the world. Some things don't change. Also, his nemesis from whoa back then is the dad of the nemesis of the modern Dennis Menace, Walter. And this all came to light in an episode of the comic book in 2015 when Dennis Menace Sr. tried to run for mayor of Beano Town. Wilbur, Walter's dad, Wilbur Brown, got annoyed at this, decided to run against him, ran a hit campaign against Dennis Menace Sr., including a video. Who knew that local mayor elections in the UK had videos? Including there was this one.
Hello, my name's Greg Knight. I'm the Conservative candidate for East Yorkshire.
Not a mayor, but local councillor / MP. Anyway, who knew local mayor campaigns had videos? But in Beano Town they do, and he ran this video, and this video was basically footage of Dennis Menace Sr. when he was the age that Dennis Menace Jr. is today, and the age that I was when I first started reading Dennis the Menace. So yeah, it's nuts. It's a Nasher World Cup Wonders Part 2. See, in this, who are we playing against? I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. You're playing me. That's right, me, Walter. Walter can't play sports. Walter is the archetypal nerd. He was the me when I was that age. He's the nerd that sits in playing games, not playing on the computer. I guess the world's changed. Also, Walter looks about 45, not 14, as he's probably going to be in this. Well, okay, that's predictable. So you may as well give us the cup now. It's Walter. You've ever seen him play football? Yes, I have. Here you go. Hey, I'm not playing. I've assembled a team that Walter's cheating. That's how he's done it. Walter's cheating. What's his team? Well, there's some suggestion that it's monsters. Is it monsters? Let's turn the page and find out. Oh, look where I'm sitting while I'm waiting. Here we go. Yeah, okay. Walter cheated. Anything from your childhood that's really shocked you and surprised you and got you worked up? Comment, subscribe, and hit the little bell, because I've got some more weird stuff to talk about coming up soon.
5, 4,